Good day, everyone. Thank you for joining and welcome to this month Connect with ControlM. My name is Erwin Sanchez, and I'm a member of the BMC customer support team, focusing on the ControlM for distributed system. Today, we're going to talk about migrating reports to ControlM 918. I would also like to take this opportunity to remind you that if you have any questions, please feel free to enter them in the Ask a Question section. We will address them towards the end of the session. If you want to save this presentation, go to the Attachment section. Before diving into the agenda, I would like to introduce today's panelists, Taylor Clapp and Neil Blandford. Now, let's take a look at the agenda. Our agenda for today includes a brief description of ControlM reporting features, the requirements, and the architecture. I will be explaining the migration process and the utilities we have available to help you. And there will be a demonstration which will show the process, followed by the helpful links and the Q&A section. All right, let's take a look at the reporting features. ControlM reports replace the previously released ControlM reporting facility, and it comes with many enhancements and capabilities. It's a new HTML5 web-based interface and is integrated to the ControlM client, improving usability, and it's really simple to use. It uses a new report engine that generates the reports. This replaced the previous Crystal report engine for the previous versions. And now there is no need for client resources in order to generate the reports. The reports are generated on the ControlM Enterprise Manager server side. It uses a centralized methodology, which means that all of the report output resides on the ControlM Enterprise Manager server. And finally, if with ControlM reports, instead of running the report in order to see the results, there is a new preview option that returns the sample of the first 25 rows of the report. Now let's go and take a look at the requirements. You will need a ControlM Enterprise Manager Server 918, a ControlM Client 918, and ControlM Automation API, which is included on the ControlM Enterprise Manager Servers installation. And to automate your report, you will need a ControlM agent with a Automation API installed. Knowing this, let's take a look at the architecture. You can use ControlM reports on the EM client to create the report, save it, and then send the request to generate it to the reporting engine. The reporting engine will generate the report and send it back to the EM client. If you have a ControlM agent with ControlM Automation API installed and a report definition saved on the report engine, you can generate a REST request, send it to the reporting engine. The reporting engine will generate the report and then save it in the output location specified in the request. I will show all this process later in the demo. The migration process. The migration process consists of 4 steps. The first 2 will be performed on your current ControlM environment, and step 3 and 4 will be performed on the ControlM 918 environment. So before installing ControlM 918 or on your current ControlM environment, first you will need to identify your current ControlM report jobs and OS jobs running the EM reporting CLI utility. And to help you identify this job, we have the Analyzer utility. Once you have identified those jobs, then the next step is to convert the report template that those jobs are using. We also have a conversion utility to help you with this process. These 2 utilities are located on the ControlM 918 installation media. Okay, on the ControlM 918 environment, you will need to load the converted report templates on ControlM reports, and then the last step would be create the request and build the new jobs to schedule them. All right, let's move to our demo environment. Let me share screen. Should take a second. Okay, let's say that you are planning to upgrade your current ControlM environment to ControlM 9.18, and you would like to know how to migrate your current ControlM reporting jobs to the new version. Okay, for this demo, I'm gonna go to ControlM 9 environment that I have built for this demo, and let's take a look at the GUI. I'm gonna click open, and you can see that on my environment I have 3 jobs. The first job is a OS report job, and then I have 2 other ControlM report jobs. One is the report alert and the job definition report. Okay, let me minimize this. I previously mentioned that we have a couple of utilities available. I have mounted on this server the 918 installation media here on the left side, and this is the location of the 2 utilities under the setup files, tools, reporting, and those are the 2: report conversion CLI and report job analyzer. I already copy these 2 folders to my local drive, as you can see right here on the right side, the conversion CLI and the job analyzer. Okay, let's go and do our first step, which is identify our current ControlM job. To do that, let's open a command prompt. Let's navigate to the report job analyzer folder, and the utility that we have available is called runrsjobanalyzer.bat, and this utility automatically detects the your environment information and it executes. But if you would like to execute this utility manually, if you use the -h command, it will list the different options that you have available to execute the utility manually. But for this demo, I'm gonna just execute the utility automatically. Okay, you can see that the utility finished executing, and it gives you a brief summary of my environment, where it's showing the host that I have in here and the number of jobs, ControlM report job, and the OS job running the EM report CLI utility. I previously showed you that I have 3 on this environment, and then in the bottom you will see the location of a detailed report that it was generated. So let's close this and have a look at that report. I'm gonna open Windows Explorer, go to the report job analyzer, and click on the job analyzer detail report. I'm gonna maximize this. Okay, the report is divided on 3 sections: the summary, detail, and general warnings. On the summary section, it will list the host that you're using to run the ControlM report jobs and the OS jobs running the EM report CLI utility. On this case, on my demo, it's showing only one host, and that host has my 3 jobs. On the detail section, you will see more detailed information about those jobs. As you can see, this is the OS job, and it's running the command EM report CLI. And the other 2 jobs are ControlM report jobs, and each one of these jobs, one of them is running an alert report, and the other one is running definition report. Okay, and the general warning is just general information, just mentioning that the EM report CLI utility is no longer supported. And if you have any jobs or OS jobs that they are executing a script, and inside that script you have this utility being executed, just please keep in mind to also take a look at those jobs. Now, we conclude the first step, which is identify our current ControlM report job and OS job running the EM report CLI utility. Next will be gather the templates that those jobs are running. and how or where to find those templates. Well, for example, on the EM report CLI job that I have right here, you can see that in the template underscore pad option, this is the location of the template that this job is running. And for the ControlM report jobs, if you click on the job and the GUI in the details section, you will also have listed the location of the template that you're using on that job. Okay, let's close this out. And now let's continue to our second step, which is convert those report templates that we identify. So I would recommend that to gather all those all those report templates on a centralized location, just to make it easier for you to convert them. For this case, I have a folder named All Report Templates right here. If you click on it, I have gathered this a couple of all report templates. You can see they have the all RPT format for the demo. And let me go back. I have also another location called New Report Template, which is empty right now, which will be the target location where I want the new converted reports to be safe. So to run this utility is the same as the job analyzer. We have to navigate to the location of the utility. And the syntax of the utility is as follows. The em report comcli.exe. We're going to use the s tag to add the path of the source of our template, which is in my case is the all report template, and then we use the d tag for the destination where we want the utility to convert those reports. If we press enter, the utility is start reading each report and then converting them. So you can see the utility finish executing, and it will also give you the source folder and the destination folder listed here at the end of the command. Okay, let's minimize this, and let's go to the new report template folder. Okay, now I have the two reports already converted, and you can see that on the format of this report, which is JSON. This is the new format for the ControlM reports, and we have a conversion summary. And if we open it, it will show an overview of the reports that they were converted, and if they have any messages of the report. And if you do, I will recommend to take a look at the new reports that we have available on ControlM reports, because there has been a lot of improvement to those reports. Okay, now that we have already converted this my all report templates, the next step will be move those two reports on my case to the ControlM 918 environment. So I'm gonna close this out, and I'm going to move to my ControlM 918 environment. Okay, if I open the Windows Explorer again, I have already moved the folders, this folder to the location. If I go to reports, new report template, here is the two reports with the JSON format that we just converted. All right, now let's go to the GUI and let's take a moment to have a look at the ControlM reports. I'll click here. Let's go to Tools and click on ControlM Reports. Now, it will take just a second to open the ControlM reports. Okay. Now on the left side, you can see the different report categories that we have available. And if you would like to create a new report, let's do one really quick for as an example. Click on the report button and add new report. Then on the right side, you will see the different categories and the reports that we have available. Let's create an extreme peak usage report for this example. We select it and click on add. Okay, the report was added on the active category on the left side. And let's click and let's change the name of this report. Let's call it extreme P and delete this. Okay, And I'm going to leave the description as it is. That's fine. And now let's take a look at the filters and column and the view tabs that we have here in the bottom. So in the filter tab, let's say that you have multiple ControlM servers on your environment and you would like to run this extreme P report to a specific one. So we can add a filter here, and let's click on add filter. Let's look for ControlM server name. We're going to use the is operator, and it's already have selected, for my case, the CWCM MFT environment, which is the correct one. Now, I previously mentioned that we have a preview option on ControlM report. If we click right here to preview and the refresh button, okay, you will see an example of the first 25 rows of this report. Now let's go to the column tab. Okay, this one lists the available columns. On my case, I have all the columns visible here on the right side. And on the view section, if you would like to sort by or group by your report, you have those options. All right, let's click on save. Once we click on save, the report is being saved on the ControlM Enterprise Manager server. Okay, if we click the generate, a save as dialog box will appear. You can let's select a location where you want this report to be saved. I'm going to send on the desktop, and let's just type to PDF and click save. Okay, so the AM client, the ControlM report, is sending the request to the reporting engine. The reporting engine is generating the report and is sending back the report back to this client, and it will save it in the location that we specify. As you can see, you have a button, small icon that it was added right here on the right of the report. If you click on it, it should open the PDF of the Extreme P report that we just generated. Okay, and here it is. You can see that we have selected for the ControlM Enterprise Manager that I filtered with. Okay, let's close this out. Then we have some other options. You have the options for save as, if you would like to duplicate this report. You have these card changes. If you make any changes to this report and you would like to go back the way it was, just this option will be available. The delete option, which will delete the ControlM report, and the export option. Okay, notice that I'm logging as the EM user. You can see right here in the top. If you would like to save this report and share it to other users, you can do so clicking the export button. It will show the JSON format, and you can save it on locally in your computer, and then you can share this with other users. Okay, let's click cancel. All right, now I'm going to show you how to load the report that we just converted. Okay, to do so, we go to the report button. We click the option load from file, and we're going to navigate to the location of those reports. So in my case, I save it on C drive, reports, new report templates. Okay, let's click on the alerts report and click open. Okay, so the report was added right here under the active category. Okay, let's change the name of the report. Let's call it alert _ report. Okay, and click save. Okay, the same thing. The report is being saved on the ControlM Enterprise Manager server side. Now let's do the same process for the job definition report. Let's click on report, load from file, select the job definition report, and click open. So notice that this report was saved under the job definition category. So let's click on the report. Let's make the name shorter. Let's call short dev report. Let's add a brief description. This report with the per job definition, and click on save to save the report in ControlM Enterprise Manager server. Alrighty, so now that we completed our third step, which is load the reports on the ControlM reports. So I'm going to show you now how to create the requests and then how to automate them. So let's minimize this, and I'm going to open a command prompt. Okay, I have a ControlM agent installed on this server, and I have also installed ControlM Automation API on it. To check that, we can type the CTM command, and once it finish executing, it will show the different options that we have available for this command. You can see it right here. Okay. As a best practice, I would recommend to take a look at the environment just to make sure that the correct environment is selected. Let me clear. And to do that, let's type CTM environment show and press enter to execute it. So it will list my current environment. In my case, for this demo, is CWCM environment. And you can see right here, and the user that I have set up in here is the EM user. Okay. To create the report using ControlM Automation API, we're going to use the command CTM reporting. If we press here, it will list the different options that we have available for this command, and will also show the syntax of it, which is this one: reporting report, column, get, the name of the report, the format of the report, if it's CSV or PDF, and the O for output would be the location where you want that report to be saved on your ControlM agent. So let's build the command for the two report that we just loaded. So it will be CTM reporting report, column, get, the name of the report. In my case was the alert underscore report, the type PDF, and the output location. If you execute this command, what it's doing is sending the request to the reporting engine. The reporting engine is generating the report, and once it finishes generated, it will send it back to the location specified on the request. In my case, would be under C agent underscore reports and the name of the report. So let's do the same process for the job definition one. Already have built the command. Press enter, and it's doing the same process. The reporting engine is running the report. Once it finishes generating, it's then gonna send it back to the agent. All right, so you can see it's finished executing. We can take a quick look at this location. So let me open my Windows Explorer, go to the local disk, agents report, and here you can see the two reports were generated. If we open one just to make sure that it contains the correct information, here's the alert report, our description, and the information of the report. Okay, let's close this out. Now I'm going to show you how to automate this. But before that, why I'm executing this command before automating? Well, because as a best practice, I will always recommend to execute this command just to make sure that the commands that you are executing are working correctly before adding them to the an OS job. Okay, now let's switch to our GUI. Okay, let's go to planning. So workspace, and I have a couple of the reports over here. Let's check out. Okay, if you see, I have two OS job. The first one is running the EM report CLI utility, which is no longer supported. So in order to automate them, we can just select and replace the command with the CTM reporting report command that we previously executed and make sure that it works correctly. We click OK. Now make sure that the host group or the host that you have selected on this job has ControlM Automation API and is the correct one to execute this report. On my case is the CWCM MFT, which is the agent that I have installed here. And let's do the same process for the definition report. Let's click on the job. Okay, and then let's go to the script editor. Let's select and replace. Let's click OK. And let's check in this folder. Once we finish checking in, let's go ahead and order it. Click on order. Let's order, and let's switch to our monitoring domain. Okay, as you can see, both jobs are executing right now, and it's doing the same process that we previously did on the command line. It's sending the request to a reporting engine, and it's generating the report, and it's gonna send it back to the location that we specify in the job or in the command. Let's click one of these jobs. Let's go to the output, and as you can see, the same output that we received on the command line. Okay, this concludes my demo. I'm going to switch back to the slides right here. And let's summarize what we have show you just now. So first, we identify the reports and the OS job that you are executing on your current environment. We use the analyzer utility for this, and I have also shown you the detailed report that is generated after running the utility, which will show all those OS job and ControlM report job that you're running on your environment. So once we finish that, we gather all the report templates that those reports, those jobs were executing, and we put it on a centralized location, and we then use the conversion utility that we also have available, which converted one by one those reports from the RPT format to the JSON format. And I have also shown you the summary that it was generated after the conversion utility finished executing. Then we move to the ControlM 918 environment. We loaded those two reports that we converted on the ControlM report GUI. And then after that, we move to the command line, and I show you using ControlM Automation API how to generate the request to for this report. And then we move to the GUI, and using those commands that we generated, we automate them using two OS jobs. All right, now here are some helpful links. The first one is a knowledge-based article that explains step by step on how to run ControlM reports using Automation API, starting with the installation of ControlM Automation API, the configuration, and some scheduling steps. The second article is helpful if you encounter any issues after the installation of ControlM Automation API. We'll recommend to have a look at these two articles on our knowledge base. And we also have a video with information on how to install Automation API, and you can find that in our YouTube channel. All right. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time out of your day to attend. I hope the information provided was useful. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Our past webinar can be viewed on the BMC communities, YouTube, and iTunes. Today's webinar will be available in a couple of days. And our next webinar topic will be securing your ControlM 918 environment, part 1. We also suggest to visit our BMC community site to get connected with other users, view webinars, post questions, and search for answers. BMC Communities is on the bmc.com homepage and can be also accessed at community.bmc.com.